Morning, church. It's Pastor Mike. I wanted to share with you this morning um, a verse that means so much to me, to my heart. It's an encouragement to me in any time. It's from Isaiah chapter 41. In verse 10, God is speaking to the people of Israel in the midst of their doubt and their insecurity about what the future holds. And he tells them, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand." It's a beautiful verse. It's this reminder that God is with us no matter what goes on, but it's one thing to read it or to say it out loud. It is another thing entirely to believe it in the midst of the heartache and hardship that this world brings. When we are faced with true despair, it can be hard to remember that God is with us and that we don't feel strong. And so we say, "How are you strengthening me? How are you helping me if I'm going through this awful thing?" This year has been full of awful things: anxiety, sickness, um, political division, death, hurting, and the unknown. But in the midst of each one, the promise of God rings true. Even when we don't feel it entirely, it doesn't mean that God's promise is any less secure. In our darkest moments, God speaks to us and says, "You are not alone. You're not," even when you feel it. So listen to the word of God and take hope that the people of Israel needed this same encouragement. If God's saying, "Do not fear," it means they were afraid. If he says, "Do not be dismayed," it means that they were dismayed. They were on their last leg. They were wondering when the final blow was going to come. And if he says to the people of Israel, "I will uphold you," it means that they, like us sometimes, felt like they were about to fall down. But God promises strength. Not that we won't be pushed all the way to the edge, but that he will never let us fall. Our God is mighty. Our God is loving. Our God is kind and encouraging. Our God does not leave us alone, no matter what is going on in our hearts or in our world. So take hope. God has a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, a plan for your good, because your good matters to our good and loving God. Have a fantastic day today, and we hope to see you this weekend for worship.